I'm Monica Mangan, and I believe that updating your home doesn't have to take a ton of time or money. I show people how to get Pinterest-worthy spaces that are just right for them.
This doesn't even look like our house. Are you
kidding? Give me one weekend, I'll give you 5 projects, and you'll have a completely transformed space by Monday. This weekend, I am working on a master bathroom, which a bathroom in a weekend is no joke. It's a lot to do. But the good news is this bathroom is already headed in the right direction. The homeowners know where they want it to end up. They just need my help getting it there. It's a lot of work, but we got this.
Okay, so here's the space.
It's pretty good size.
Great size. We really love the size of it. It's much larger than what we were used to about a year or so ago.
But it's very beige.
It has a lot of brown going on.
On beige, on beige.
Hi, I'm Mark.
And I'm Tara, and we're super excited to see some changes in our master bathroom.
Currently, the bathroom's not bright enough for what we need.
We kind of call it the beige cave. There is probably 7 different shades of brown in our bathroom. The floors are a shade of brown, the walls are a shade of brown. So everything is brown, but not all even cohesively brown together.
But you guys have started renovating in here. So you made like steps. This subway tile was not here. This is all you, right?
We thought this would like
seal the deal.
Kind of make it all better. It didn't really make it all better.
So you're like, a subway tile and instantly the bathroom will be exactly what we want.
Exactly,
Yes.
and that's clearly
Yes.
not what happened. We're just looking for more coloring, more brightness, more character.
Okay, yeah. Another thing that I noticed in here are these mirrors. I mean, they're adorable, but I don't even think, nope. I only can see myself from here to here. So I can only imagine they don't work for you.
They don't.
But I can
work
see
great.
myself.
I mean, from here down, I'm killing it today, but I have no idea what's happening up there. So they work.
See, I can see I can see my own body almost,
look
right?
at that.
See, it's perfect.
You're
it works,
great.
It works for me. It
How's
wasn't an
it
issue.
working?
Little like this.
Just a little bend, that's all.
Yeah,
A little
it's not
bend.
optimal.
It's not optimal. The other thing I noticed, not just the mirror height, but this is almost like a kid height vanity. Like, did you know they make them in 2 different heights like that?
No, but I did always feel like that was very low.
Yeah, it's like you actually do have to bend to do anything here. But yeah, this is a kid height vanity.
Oh.
What a terrible thing to put in a master bath.
Yeah, it's very, very low. So there's that.
We're looking for a more rustic feel in our bathroom. When you think rustic, I think you think browns and natural tones, but what we have just really is not working.
So we have a good bit of stuff we need to load out of here, and actually we're gonna combine our load out with some demo too. There's a few things I wanna knock out and take out, and then on top of all that, we have 5 projects. So
Fantastic.
it's gonna
Love
be
it.
a busy weekend.
Sounds
That's
good.
great.
So mini vanity is gonna go, okay, completely out, and completely useless privacy wall, gonna go.
I think that sounds great.
So the wall's gonna come out first.
Yeah, I have the plumbing unhooked. We'll take this wall down and then we can lift that top up.
There is one outlet in the wall because they couldn't make it easy on us. So all we'll do is we'll relocate that so you can still have an area to get ready.
Yeah, that's it.
Nice.
1, 2, 3.
Whoa, okay. Easier than I thought. And we'll go out. Yeah, I'm
Sorry,
fine.
you have it?
I got it.
All right.
Nice.
Got it.
Woo, out of here. There we go.
There you are, boys. Jason's going beast mode. All right, one more thing we gotta get rid of. We are getting rid of your toilet. All right, guys, we got this place prepped for paint.
Yeah.
And are you sad to see this brown go?
No.
Not at all.
Not sad
Not
at all.
sad at all,
No. I think you're really gonna like what I picked out for this room. It's gonna make a pretty dramatic impact. All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
Yes.
Excited?
Uh-huh.
Very exciting.
This is the game changer in the room, you know. All right, and here's what I got for you.
Oh, nice. Nice
I
and
like
clean.
Nice and clean,
Yeah.
light, bright, nothing too crazy. There's gonna be a little bit of contrast between the tile and the white that we put up.
Okay.
It's not gonna just kind of disappear into it because I still want the subway tile to be the star of the show. But right now it kind of just sticks out like, oh, subway tile, brown. So right now we're gonna make this flow together a lot nicer, but it's not the exact same tone as your tile, so you'll still have a bit of a pop from it.
Okay, great.
All right, so this is gonna dry a little bit differently. See how it's a little different in different tone than your tile?
Yeah.
I wanted there to still be some contrast. So that was on purpose.
Perfect.
All right?
I like it.
Some people might think that white's boring, but I absolutely love using it in so many of my designs. It's always trending because it's a classic look that can work in pretty much any space. All right, so how do you feel about a big old mirror making its way into your bathroom?
I feel great about it.
You think Mark's gonna like it?
Yes,
All
I
right,
do.
Good. So this is just a basic kind of builder grade rectangular mirror. And you could totally just use clips and put it up and have it float. But I think we can add to it style-wise very easily and make it fit in kind of with the whole style theme we're going with the whole bathroom.
Great.
Okay, so we're gonna start with pine that we're going to use to frame out around it. We're gonna do this kind of rustic looking. So like no fancy cuts, everything's just gonna butt up against each other, and then we're actually gonna distress it and try and make it look like old wood. All
Love
right,
it.
think
Yep.
it'll work?
Yep.
Better work, right? First step is gonna be making some cuts over at the saw. And for this, we're just gonna do basic straight cuts. I don't want any mitered cuts, like no fancy corners, because I think that having a straight cut will be more rustic in its look. Not a girl. So in 2 seconds flat, we have all of our wood cut.
Amazing.
So we basically want to make this wood that I just picked up off the shelf today look like it's 100 years old. So we're gonna distress it.
Okay.
Have you ever done any distressing before?
I have not.
It's really fun. All right, so what I picked here is a soft pine. So we want it to be easy to kind of injure, if you will. So the chain kind of makes big divots in it and kind of big indents. And the screws, you can kind of hammer them in and get the thread of the screw, which looks really cool. And then the nails, you can either hammer them in on the side or also just hammer them directly in. It gives them a little indent too. So I feel like we have pretty even distressing everywhere. I mean, it's like perfectly imperfect, if you ask me. So now I think we can move to the next step, and that's going to be paint and then a distressing wax that we're gonna put over top. I want to use the same white paint that we used on the bathroom walls, but it's gonna look very different once we glaze over it. Instead of using a paintbrush, we're actually gonna use rags to put on the paint because I just want to basically give the pine a white tone, not truly painted. The distressing wax is gonna go into all the little areas that we just distressed and kind of really bring out the color. You wanna get it into the nooks and crannies there. And then you can really see it. Now we can kind of decide how dark or how light we wanna go with it. Again, I would start light and we can go darker as we go. This is wood that we just picked up at Lowe's 2 hours ago. This is wood that has aged in a barn for decades.
Hundreds of years.
There's so much history in this wood. All right, so these are looking pretty good. And now what we're gonna do is actually attach them onto the mirror. So we're gonna be working on the back side of the wood. So the side we didn't finish. And what we're going to do is use contractor adhesive, and this is intended for marble, granite, mirrors, something that's a little bit more slick. You can't obviously nail or screw into the mirror. So the adhesive, this is gonna hold a permanent bond. All right, so now everything's in place and the contractor glue is gonna do its job and hold nice and securely. What do you think?
I think it's awesome. I love it. I think it looks so good. And it was so easy.
It was so easy.
And we can see our entire face in it.
Yes.
Added bonus.
I think we look great. What do you think?
I think we do too.
I think we look stellar. You good for us?
Good for you. Come on
All right, so Jason's been in here prepping for your new flooring.
Amazing, okay.
Okay, This outside of paint is gonna make the biggest difference. So
Okay.
paint and flooring are completely gonna change this space up. So here's what we're gonna do. We are actually going to install this directly over your existing floor.
Okay.
Sometimes you can do that, sometimes you can't. In our case, this floor is really, really secure, really level. So the easiest thing and the most, you know, time weekender friendly
Sure.
is to go right over top.
Okay.
Jay has put a line here that we're gonna work off of. Reason being, your bathroom's not super straight.
Okay.
Not super square, okay? Tell us what you got there, friend.
This is like a universal mortar. So this is good for doing tile over tile.
Okay, perfect.
So the mortar is basically like the glue that goes down first,
Sure.
and then we're gonna lay our tile on top of it.
Okay.
Wanna see what it looks like?
Yes.
I really like it. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh man, that's perfect.
We're troweling the mortar right on top of the old tiles. These new ones are 4 feet long, so we're also back buttering each one with a thin layer of mortar for extra hold. For our next row, we want to make sure that we trim our tile down. Otherwise, our seams will just start creating one straight line down the middle. It won't be secure and it'll also look like garbage. To cut our tile, we don't even need a power tool, just a simple snap cutter that scores and snaps the tile for us. Super homeowner friendly. We're doing 1/8 inch spacers on the tile. I don't want huge grout lines for this because the thinner lines will make the tile appear to look more like a true hardwood floor. All right, that one's in. How are you feeling about it? Now you can kind of see what it's gonna look like.
I'm loving it right now. I mean, just a couple boards in and it's already transforming the room.
I think it looks amazing so far, but I'm not gonna lie to you, it's gonna take us a while, the better part of the rest of today, to finish. What do you think, Jay?
Yeah, we got a few hours, maybe dinner time.
Yeah, you gonna feed us dinner? I hope so.
Dinner, we'll take care of dinner.
We'll do the floor with your help and you feed us dinner.
Deal.
Awesome.
Whew, she's a beast, right?
She is, but she's beautiful.
Yeah, and she doesn't even have the doors on yet. I had to keep them off because we need to do all the plumbing and hookup.
Oh, sure.
But if you remember, I was able to sit on your vanity yesterday, like
Yeah.
without problem. Look at this, this is like grown-up height.
Perfect.
All right, so have you ever done any plumbing?
No, plumbing's definitely not my thing.
Okay, well the good news is I have, so we'll go through it together.
Okay.
The first thing that we need to do though is lift the vanity up and over onto the supply,
Okay.
the pipes that are coming up and out, and if you look behind, there's holes in there. All right, now that the beast is in place,
Yeah.
it gets a little bit easier from here. So, picked out these faucets, and they're gonna look great,
Wow.
matching kind of with the dark color here, the oil
Yeah.
rub bronze. All right, this part's gonna be really, really simple. This is basically your drain, and it's one of those like really
Oh.
easy pop ones. All right, we're just gonna drop it down. Okay, so now we're gonna work under here, and actually it's a little bit easier if we bring a flashlight. Okay, so now rubber washer's gonna go on. Okay. Okay, so what I'm doing is fastening the drain in now, so you can see you can't pull it out now. And how's it working?
Oh, that's great.
Like a charm, right?
Yes.
So the next step is that we are securing the faucet from beneath. I was kind enough to let you do this awkward step.
Thank you for that. I'm there. Okay.
Okay, so we need to get the caps off of the copper pipes that are down there, and the shark bite comes with a little tool to do that.
Okay.
And then this comes off.
Okay.
Okay, so that's just the cap. We don't need that now. What we do need now is the little shark bite connector, and this is like the on-off valve.
Okay.
I mean, the beauty of these shark bites is that you don't have to solder anymore, so they're super homeowner friendly. What we should do is sand the copper pipe just a little bit. And now another little tip, we wanna go down about 1 inch with this.
Okay.
So I'm gonna mark a little line with the Sharpie just so that I know once it's going on if I've gone down about 1 inch. So now that we have our line marked, we'll take this and press it down on the copper until we hit the line.
Okay.
And then just pop this cap on and we got it secure. Okay, and now comes the line, okay? The larger end goes up towards the actual faucet,
Okay.
and the smaller one goes onto our shark bite. So I'm just screwing the bigger end into the faucet, okay. Whew, you gotta kind of do like a no look there. All right, so I did one, your turn.
Okay.
Small line goes onto the shark bite. So that one gets put on. Got it?
Got it.
And then the wide one, now you get to do your up and under, but you can probably even see over there. Got it?
Got it.
Cool. You officially hooked up a supply line.
Great.
Now we need to just put on the trap, okay? Basically, this makes sure that none of the smell from like dirty water comes back up and in. Okay, as far as that'll go. And this should come here and get it all secure. All right, Mark, there we go.
All right. Presto Drano.
Presto Drano, I like it. All right, everything is hooked up. Now is the moment of truth. You wanted to give it a whirl? You do it. Well, we'll do it together.
Great.
Whoa! That's pretty good. Okay. So it's not gonna stay like that. It's coming out all crazy like that because it needs an aerator. Okay. I took it out. So we'll pop it back in and then you'll have a nice normal functional sink. Now I have a bunch more that I need to do in here, so you're out of here and Jay and I are gonna finish up this space.
All right, great, thanks.
All right. All right guys, secret project time. This is one of my favorite times during the weekend because it's a little project that I have tucked in my back pocket. And for this one, we're building something really cool. We are going to build air plant wall art. So I don't know if you're familiar with them, but air plants are becoming my go-to #1 favorite plant because I can't kill them. At least so far I can't. Look, still alive. Sorry, little guy. But seriously, here's the down low on the air plants. They don't have a root system at all, so all they need is the air to live and occasionally spritz them with water. The first step in this project is very similar to our mirror project that we did yesterday, and I'm starting out by dry brushing a piece of wood with the same white paint that we used on the mirror. Before we went through a whole distressing process and dinged it up, for these, I wanted to have a really similar look with the end result with the paint and the antiquing glaze, but I'm not distressing it quite as much. I'm going a little heavier with the wax on this because this artwork is going to be over in the area of the tub where there's a large white wall, and I want there to be enough contrast. So now we're gonna head over to the saw and cut this into smaller squares, 7.5 by 7.5. So now what we're going to do is attach some twine onto the backs of these. Basically, they're gonna act as a hanger, and I think that twine works really nicely with the rustic style of this bathroom. We're gonna cut it and attach it with a staple gun to the back. So I stapled that across, and then to make it extra secure, tie a knot in your twine, okay? The staple will probably hold it plenty, but it gives it just a little added strength. Just like that, you have a hanger. Now that we have the strings on, we are gonna create a little area where the air plants can sit. And to do that, I am going to attach a very simple piece of cabinet hardware. It's about as simple as you can get, right here onto the front. And then the air plant's just gonna rest right on it. It's kinda gonna look cool. It's gonna tie into all of the fixtures and things that we're putting into the bathroom. Okay. I'm gonna use the screws that came with the hardware and thread it through the back, too. All right, so now we have our hardware, our hanger, and the last step is simply to tuck in the cutest little air plants. Seriously, it's like the easiest garden you will ever plant. This is my kind of gardening, guys. Also, you can see now why we took the time to distress the wood and give it that aged look. The wood is actually part of the art in here. You can open up your eyes and check out your new master bathroom. Oh my gosh! This is really the same place.
Oh, this looks amazing.
This is amazing.
This
This
so
looks like-
amazing. Oh my God.
It's like a farmhouse bathroom.
Honestly, I can't believe how big it feels in
It
here.
really does.
I think that now your subway tile totally works.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like it all makes sense now. It absolutely does.
I mean, a bathroom is a lot to do in a weekend, but thankfully you guys had us headed in the right direction. And I mean, a couple projects really changed this. I think specifically the
The
flooring.
floors are
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Aren't they?
Unbelievable.
They look like wide plank rustic wood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is what we love so much, so it's unbelievable. This was like The floors were like our vision, like sometime down the road,
Yeah.
and like a countertop that actually like you're not bending down to,
I know, right?
which is so cool. I love it.
Now that this is in, like you can totally tell the real height. Like when we were installing this, there's
Right.
such a difference between what you had before.
Such a
Yes.
difference.
And I mean, it's a really cool piece too. Like
Oh,
the
it's
barn
so-
door track on a
love
vanity, so cute.
I love it.
And then the mirror that
It
we
came out
built
really good.
together, that came
Is
out
that
awesome.
Great job.
We are really good.
We are really good at this stuff
We
together.
are. You should continue doing this kind of stuff.
Oh, good. Have your vote of confidence.
It looks awesome.
Everything really ties together, and I think that we were able to keep some like dark, rich kind of nods to rustic, like the dark wood here, the wood floors, but overall the space feels like bright and inviting and like a
Yes.
great place that I'd want to get ready in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
And losing the privacy wall, isn't that crazy? Like
It
I
is.
almost forgot throughout today, like when I was pulling this together, that there used to be a wall right there.
Yeah, and I think that helps make it look so much bigger because it doesn't cut the room off, which,
Yeah.
you know, I never thought about before. I didn't even like think like, oh, take the wall down. It would make so much sense.
And
It's
then
amazing.
I saw that you had a bunch of plants throughout your home, and so I used some of the scrap wood from our mirror and made some air plant hangers over there, which the air plants
I
are
love
like my favorite because they don't die.
Good. I kill everything, so.
Not here.
Perfect. Yeah, I
That
love
looks
that. It looks awesome. Monica, we can't thank you enough. This is amazing.
What an amazing
amazing.
upgrade. You did such a great job.
You guys helped
Yeah.
a lot.
We're so happy with the end product.
Well, thanks you guys. I'm glad we could hook you up. What a difference a weekend can make, right guys? This space looks so different and I love how it turned out. If you like this makeover and want to know more about it, check out our new mini series Behind the Design, where I'm going to give you all the like inside scoop, behind the scenes peeks of this weekender's makeover. And make sure that you're subscribed to the Lowe's YouTube channel. You don't want to miss a single episode. Guys, I might be crazy because this weekend we are tackling a kitchen in just a weekend. It needs a ton of work, but I can see the potential it has, and I just think it's gonna be awesome if we finish on time. Are you scared yet?
Well, we did tear everything down. We only have a weekend.
This looks way worse.